We know what the Palestinians are thinking tonight, but what about Israel? Less than an hour after Abbas made his speech, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took the same UN microphone and said this is the wrong move for the Palestinians. If you want a state, he said, meet with me right here, right now. And David Muir, who anchors World News every weekend, caught up with Netanyahu.
We heard your invitation to President Abbas at the end of your speech. Let's meet here today in the United Nations. Who's there to stop us? Did you meet?
No, I'm still here. He's in town. There's no reason why we shouldn't meet.
As President Abbas was speaking today, we saw jubilation from the Palestinians who believe that now is the time for two states. Do you agree with that?
I think that peace will require two states, a Palestinian state that recognizes the Jewish state. They're willing to accept their Palestinian state, but they don't want to recognize the Jewish state.
President Obama, and former President Clinton for that matter, did not support this move by the Palestinians before the UN today. But President Clinton was quoted in the last 24 hours bluntly saying, reportedly, that your government is to blame for the continued failure of the Middle East peace process, saying that you've essentially moved the goalposts when you came to power. How do you react to that?
Oh, I respectfully disagree. The Palestinians are basically trying to shortcut this. They're trying to get a state without giving us peace and without giving us security.
You're aware of the political climate in this country. President Obama running for re-election, Governor Rick Perry, a Republican from Texas, one of the many who would like President Obama's job. And he said that we would not be here today at the very precipice of such a dangerous move if the Obama policy in the Middle East wasn't naive
and arrogant, misguided, and dangerous.
What do you make of those words?
I'm just not going to walk into the minefield of American politics. I've got enough politics back at home.
I'm not sure if you saw this magazine cover while in New York. They make the argument that President Obama is the best friend Israel has right now.
You know, I'm not going to get into these rankings, and I'm sure there.
Is he a best friend?
I'm sure there are a lot of. It's definitely a friend of Israel, and definitely represents what the people of the United States feel for Israel.
The Prime Minister calling President Obama a friend, but not going so far as to call him a best friend. But he knows full well just how politically charged this issue has become right here in the U.S., Diane.
So when's the vote? What's next, David?
Well, it could be weeks before a vote, but, you know, they need a majority of the Security Council, the Palestinians do, to get this passed. And tonight we've learned of a swing vote that has U.S. authorities very concerned about this. You know, the U.S. does not want to veto this because of the drama that would unfold if they exercise such measure.